Hi guys, so I'm back with you today. There is a little bit of concern that I have about something that I would like to talk about. The topic of this video is the obvious sodomy ritual that's being made normalized in our society. So as you see my backdrop and my outfit, I am in the hospital. I am hospitalized due to ever so often I do come in here because I do have an autoimmune disease where the name of it is antiphospholipid syndrome. And ever so often I do come into the hospital chit chat with the doctors just like this. Yeah, look, IV in place. Yeah, but I'm all right. Don't worry about me. You know, I can take care of myself. Anyway, one thing that is being normalized that we have to open our eyes on because it's a problem. So I came into the hospital and I came up to the floor. And of course, I had this young little whippersnapper of a nurse. I'm sure she's like my daughter's age. She's got to be about 23, 24. Sure, I could be her mama. And she says to me, oh, I have to double check your coccyx area. I said, why you want to double check my coccyx area? Oh, we check for pressure sores. I was like, you check a healthy 50-year-old woman coccyx? Why would I have a sore? Oh, that's just the norm. We check. No, that's not the norm. You're not checking my ass. No, you're not. You will not be looking at my coccyx, young lady. Yeah, and I stood my ground. I have no problem saying no. You see the word no? It flows off these lips. Always have and always will. Just flow off. No, lady. You are not checking my ass. Okay? We have to understand how they slowly introduce things to us and make things become normal without us even understanding what's really going on. We're thinking that we're making decisions on our own, and we're not making decisions on our own. We're being propped and prodded in certain directions. No, lady, you're not checking my coccyx. Nobody messes with my ass. No, I'm anti-ass mess with, okay? Yes. So, one other thing, colonoscopy. Y'all better stop freaking doing that colonoscopy. Stop it. My grandparents lived way into their 90s and nobody was prodding them proud and roto-rooting their ass. No. Okay? No. So no colonoscopy for me. My doctor's been suggesting colonoscopy since I turned 45. And I told him my favorite word, no. I'm not doing it. And he says to me, I said to him, oh, but I'm only 45. I thought colonoscopy is is suggested 50 and older. Oh, because you're African American. I said, irks. I'm not African American. Irks. I am not African American. I am Jamaican. Okay? And we're not the same. I drink castor oil. I drink aloe vera to cleanse and wash. I am that same island girl that came here 33 years ago. And when I went to a doctor's office and I was explaining to him about something called a washout, and that man scolded me like I was scum of the earth. What are you washing out? Are you eating? What kind of trash are you eating that you need to wash out. And I was like, well, that's just a cultural thing that we do. Like once a year, every 6 months, you do take some kind of a purge. Since when we were kids, my mother would give us a purge in the summertime, which would be something called herb tea. It's like a mojo herb, I think it was called. It's a Chinese, these Chinese herbs in a box. It was in a yellow box, a little, like a rectangular box, like about this big, with yellow paper on it and black writing. I remember that as a child. My mother would boil that and she would give it to us, and you would crap your insides out. Okay? Senna, no, I don't do senna, because senna creates cramps in the stomach, and senna is very uncomfortable. Senna is what they put in those Chinese diet teas, so I don't do senna. No senna here. But I do castor oil, and I do aloe vera. So no colonoscopy for me. I will never, ever do colonoscopy. I don't need it, because I do keep my colon clean on a regular. So no polyps is festering in there, okay? Remember, everything starts in the mind, the power of the mind. Anyway, let's jump to this craziness that's going on with Diddy. There we go again. The butthole. What is the fascination with the butthole? All this shit that's going on, and where is everybody targeting? The butthole. What is the obsession with the butthole? What's there that nobody is telling us about? But what they're letting us do is tap into it. Tap into it for medical reason. Tap into it for pleasure. Tap into it just for tapping into it. No. The word is no. My butthole will never be tapped. Ever. The word is no. In college, I did a class called, it was called Human Sexuality. And we used to have discussions about sex and different kind of sexing with people, like in the bedroom and blah, blah, blah. This was a college level course, yes. And I remember this French man that was born in 1740. His name is Marquis de Sade. And this man was the epitome of Sodom and Gomorrah. You see what P. Diddy is today? That's what this man was in the 1700s. Because that's when he was born, 1740. And all them terrors and stuff that P. Diddy is doing to people, sodomy, all this multiples, all of that. This man, he has several books. Most of his works are banned because, look him up, most of his works are banned because they're so violent. It just so happened that this man lived his final years in prison because he was so vile when it came to sex. And he ended up dying in an asylum, okay? Because he was crazy. I wonder where and what's really gonna happen with Puff Daddy and his sodomy rituals. Who knows? Stay tuned. We'll see what really happens to him. Is he gonna just fade into the darkness after they've slowly taken away everything that they gave him? The power structure, everything that the power structure give you can be easily taken away. right? When you choose to sell your soul, be true to you always. When you look in the mirror, you should see yourself. Right now, I'm a redhead. Fire, 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 fire. And that's me. Never compromise yourself. Because doesn't matter where you are. I'm sitting in a hospital setting, yes. You have to be able to look yourself in the eye and say, guess what? That's me. Never let anybody compromise you to the point where when you look in the mirror, you don't see yourself. Okay? This sodomy, an obsession with the ass, also goes into chattel slavery, plantation slavery, how they used sodomy of the asshole to control black men, to humiliate him in front of his wife and children and other slaves. It's used as a control. Why? We have different points of chakras all down the middle of our body. And that chakra that is around our belly button and a little bit below is called our root chakra. And if you pierce through the bottom, you perforate the root chakra. And when you perforate the root chakra, it's all about energy. Now you are allowing energetic entities to enter your system. Yeah. All right? And this is why it is so important. You're easily controlled. You see how Puffy, he perforated their root chakra. He throws them off. He also extracts their energy, and then he can control them. He controls them with promises, with money. If you are able to be controlled with money, that's it. You're done. It's a done deal. If you do anything for money, it's a done deal for your ass. Never let anybody shake their 2 pennies and is able to control you. Never allow that. I'd rather eat my 1 banana and be comfortable with myself and being able to look in the mirror and see Miss Alicia all the time. When I look in the mirror, who I see? Me. I want to go into what is the importance of perforating the root chakra. I'm going to give you a little bit of an excerpt on it that I found. Okay, here we go. The psychological impact of disrupting your root chakra, your butthole. Disrupting fundamental psychological states could lead to anxiety, instability, and altered perception of reality. Altered perception of reality. Look at the people around Puff Daddy. They're all delusional. All delusional. Altered perception of reality. Spiritual consequence. In many spiritual tradition, Improperly conducted rituals lead to a sense of spiritual disconnection and distress. Spiritual disconnection and distress. Look at the people around Puff Daddy right now. They're spiritually disconnected. Cassie is in distress. The physical effects, stress and psychological unleavening often manifests in physical symptoms such as fatigue, headache, and other stress-related conditions. And how do they go about covering up these conditions? With alcohol and drugs. As crazy as I am, I drink water. I don't need to drink anything but water. I have a natural high. Okay? And don't let anybody fool you. This ritual started way back in the 17th century in Europe. This author that I talk about, Marquis de Sade, he is from Paris. So in conclusion, let's wrap this up. Yes, the sodomy ritual started in Europe. Very big in the Catholic Church. All right? Sodomy ritual is named after Marquis de Sade. Sade, sodomy, the corrupted father of sodomy. Okay? Rich history from the continent of Europe. The continent is rich in mysticism, paganism, or cult practices. I'm just saying all this to say, don't let anyone nobody mess with your root chakra. It opens a whole can of worms that you're not ready for. Don't listen to me. I'm just a crazy lady on the internet. I'm just telling you how I live my life, and everybody has a choice to do what they need to do for themselves. At the end, make sure that you are, and only you are, that person in the mirror. And you can look at yourself and admire yourself in your natural state without a filter. I'm sitting in here, gray hair popping. I'm in the hospital for the last 5 days. Yes. And I can come to you in my natural environment where I am right now. Hospital gown, IV intact, and all. Because guess what? I'm me. And when I look in the mirror, I'm happy to be me. But that's just me. Anyway, until next time, walk good. Bye.